Hi everyone, so welcome to the channel. So in the previous video we have discussed about the concept of mode and related problems. So in this video we are going to discuss about the median, right? So if you are new to this channel, so please subscribe the channel and share with your friends and watch the video till the end, right? So let us start the class. Right, in this video we are going to discuss about the median of ungrouped data as well as grouped data. So already in the previous classes we have discussed about ungrouped data. So once again we are going to recall it, right? So what is meant by median? So median is nothing but, so simply what we can say, it is giving the middlemost value. So it gives the middlemost value of the given data. So here, whenever you want to calculate the median of a data, so first of all we need to convert the data, so we need to arrange the data. So either you arrange the data in ascending order or descending order. So always the data should be arranged first, and after arrangement, so basing on the number of observations, right? So number of observations means nothing but we represent it by n, right? So if number of observations are odd, that means, so whenever you are having odd number of observations, simply you will be having only one middlemost term that is present in the order, right? So for suppose if I am having the numbers 1 2 3 4 5, so how many observations are given here? 5 observations, right? Among these 5 observations, so since these are in ascending order, so the middlemost one is nothing but my median, right? So if you want to find, so here we are having only 3, then it is okay. So if you are having hundreds and thousands of observations, then how to find, so which observation is my median, right? So for that what we are doing is, so whenever n is even, so the number of observations, if it is given as even, then what we are going to say is the median is nothing but n plus 1 by tooth observation, n plus 1 by tooth observation. So from this example we can clearly understand, so what is the value of n here? So n is 5, so 5 plus 1 by 2, so 5 plus 1 by 2 is nothing but 6 by 2, so which is nothing but third observation. So clearly third observation is my median. So here you can simply recall everything. So if n is odd, then median is nothing but n plus 1 by 2th observation. Okay, so this is very simple to remember. So if n is even, so for suppose the given value of n is even, so if n is even, then my median is nothing but, so what do you think if n is even? And for that what I am doing, I am going to add one more observation. So now we are having 6 observations. So when n is even, then we will be having 2 observations in the middle. We will have 2 observations in the middle. So whenever you are having 2 middle terms, so if n is even, so we are clearly having 2 middle terms, so 2 middle observations. So if you want to find the median, just what we need to do is, so we need to take the average of those 2 middlemost terms. So those 2 middlemost terms are nothing but n by 2th observation and n by 2 plus 1th observation. So the observations are n by 2 and n by 2 plus 1th observations. So for these 2 observations you need to take the average. So you need to consider the average of these 2 observations. So average of these 2 observations, if you find, then it will be my median of ungrouped data for n is even, right? So clearly then what I can write it as, so n by 2th observation plus n by 2 plus 1th observation by 2. So you need to calculate this value. So n by 2th observation, whatever the value that is, and n by 2 plus 1th observation, those 2 values average you need to consider here. So some students, so what they will do is, so directly they will be considering n by 2 means, so if for suppose in this example n by 2 is 6, so they will be considering 6 by 2 plus 6 by 2 plus 1 by 2. So this is not the case. So 6 by 2 means here third observation. So whatever the third observation that is present in the given data, that you need to consider. Okay, so that mistake you should avoid, right? And before going to start the problem of median, so either you need to see that the given observations are in ascending order or descending order. So this is very important, right? So these are the things related to median of ungrouped data, right? Next, moving on to median of grouped data. So if the given data is given in frequency distribution table, then how to find the median, right? So once we are going to recall the concepts which we have learned. So for mean, to find out the grouped data, so we have made use of mid values, right? For mean we have made use of mid values. For mode we have made use of the model class and the maximum frequency. Whereas for median, so to find out the median of grouped data, so we are going to make use of cumulative frequency. So what is the use of cumulative frequency? So cumulative frequency is nothing but, so what is cumulative frequency? So cumulative frequency is nothing but adding up the frequencies. So whatever the frequencies that are given, so we are going to add up in the step by step, right? Now to find out the median of a group data, so we are going to make use of cumulative frequencies, right? So how? For mean we have made use of mid values. The same way for median we are going to make use of cumulative frequency. Just remember these. Now to find out the median of grouped data, so to find out the median of grouped data, so we are having a formula. So this median is generally represented by the small letter m. So median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF divided by F into H. See here, so median and mode will follow the same structure. So structure is same, L plus. So you will have a bracket. So in that you are going to have values multiplied by H, right? Now what is the formula? L plus n by 2 minus CF by, so CF by F into H. So this is nothing but the formula which we are going to use here. And one more thing that you need to remember here is, since we are using L, so L is nothing but lower boundary of the median class. Since we are dealing with median, in the previous video we have discussed about mode, so that's why we are talking about model class there. Here since it is median, so we are going to talk about median class. Okay, so here L is nothing but the lower boundary of the median class, and based on that we are going to have all the terms, right? So first of all, L is lower boundary, so L is the lower boundary of median class. Next, here n, so n already you know, so number of observations, so n is nothing but number of observations. Next, CF, so CF is nothing but, what you can say is, so CF means cumulative frequency, so cumulative frequency of preceding median class, cumulative frequency of preceding median class. So since we are going to find out the median class, so it's a preceding median class. Preceding means before, so before median class cumulative frequency we are going to consider here. Next, F is nothing but frequency of median class, so it is nothing but frequency of median class. Okay, so these all are nothing but the notations, and we are having H. So H already you know about it, so we can call it as class size or class height or class width. So these all are nothing but different names for H value, right? So since we are making use of lower boundary, so clearly again we are going to talk about this. So what is this? Exclusive classes. So to find out median and mode, so whenever you talk about median and mode, always the classes should be exclusive classes. Always the classes should be exclusive. So this you need to remember, right? So before getting into the problem, so always do remember that my class interval should be in exclusive. So after changing it into exclusive classes, then only we need to proceed with the problem. Okay, now in this particular problem, so in this particular type of problems, so how will be the structure? So totally, so two columns will be already given in the question, and so these are nothing but class interval and frequency. So these two things will be given in the question itself, and we are going to construct a third column, which is nothing but cumulative frequency column, right? So cumulative frequency means, so this is my frequency given, next this is my second frequency. So this frequency as it is we are going to write here, and on adding these two frequencies we are going to write the second cumulative frequency. Next, for the third cumulative frequency, so we are going to add these three and we are going to write here. So likewise we are going to fill out the table. Okay, so from this you can simply remember how many columns we are going to use here. So totally 3 columns we are going to make use of, right? Now from this, so finally we can conclude that for mode we require 2 columns, for median we require 3 columns, and for mean we require 4, 5, 6 columns. Okay, so for mode we require only 2 columns, for median we require 3 columns, for mean we require for 3 different methods, so 3 different number of columns are required. So likewise you can remember, so already in the first video I have discussed about this, so to remember the number of columns. So this is the reason why I asked you to remember this, right? So if you see them in order, then you can clearly understand. So mode requires 2, median requires 3, mean requires 4 in direct method, 5 in assumed mean method, and 6 in step deviation method, right? So likewise you can remember in your minds. Next, moving on to question number 1. So exercise 14.3, question number 1. The following frequency distribution gives the monthly consumption of electricity of 68 consumers of a locality. So total N is given as 68. So find the median, mean and mode of a data and compare them. Right, so he is asking you to find out all the 3 measures of central tendency. Okay, so one by one we are going to do in this problem. Right, so first of all we are going to start with the median. So follow this carefully so that you can easily understand this problem, right? So for median, how many columns are required? 3 columns. So first column already he has given monthly consumptions, so it is monthly consumption. Next, second column is number of customers, so number of customers is nothing but Fi. Next, the third column is nothing but cumulative frequency. So this is exclusive for, so this is cumulative frequency exclusive for median. So for median we are going to use cumulative frequencies, for mean we are going to use mid values, for mode as it is whatever the data that is given, so based on that only we are going to start the problem. Now let us see the class intervals here: 65 to 85, 85 to 105, 105 to 120. So all are, so what all are these? So these all are in exclusive classes, so directly I can write them. So 65 to 85, 85 to 105, so 105 to 125, 125 to 145, next 145 to 165, 165 to 185, next 185 to 205. Now using this, next writing their corresponding frequencies: 4, 5, 13, 20, 14, 8 and 4. So these are nothing but the frequencies corresponding to those values. Now next what I am going to do is I am going to write the cumulative frequencies. So from these frequencies I am going to write cumulative frequency. So for 4 there is no previous frequency value, so that's why 4 is as it is. Next what we can do is 4 plus 5 is 9. Next 4 plus 5 plus 13. So instead of adding like this, simply, so this is nothing but the value obtained by adding 4 plus 5, no? So this 9 I am going to add to this 13. So 9 plus 13, 22. So 20 plus 22 plus 20, 42. So 42 plus 14, 56. 56 plus 8, 64. And next it is 68. Now in the question itself he has given there are 68 consumers. So from this what I can say, n is equal to 68. So on adding all these you got this value, no, right? So that means this whole sum is 68. Now we need to consider the value of n by 2. So find out the value of n by 2. So n by 2 is equal to 68 by 2. So 68 by 2 is nothing but 34. Now we need to find out the median class. The ultimate thing that we need to do here is, so how to find median class. So already in the model class we said that whatever the frequency that is greater, its corresponding class interval is my model class. Whereas for median class, median means nothing but exactly at the half, right? So what is the half of it? 34. So where 34 exists? So here till here how many values comes? 22. So after 22 only, no, we are going to have 34. So that means 34 lies in between this and this, right? 22 lies in between 22 and 44. That means, so till here how many observations completed? 22 observations. That means after completion of this 22 only, no, we are going to have the 34th one. So 34th will be present in this interval, right? So that means this particular interval is nothing but we call it as the median class. Understood? So this is nothing but we call it as median class. Have you understood? So center lies at 34. So center value is 34. So 34 lies in between 22 and 42. But here till only 22 observations we are going to consider here. That means 34th observation will be present in this particular range. That means this is my median class. So if this is my median class, then this is my frequency. So if this is my frequency, then what we said? CF means cumulative frequency of preceding median class. So preceding median class means before median class. So before the median class what is there? So this is nothing, this 22 is nothing but my CF. So this is my CF and this is my F, and automatically since these are exclusive classes, this is my L. And after the finding out the height, so H is equal to 20. So we got all the values, I think, right? Now moving on to finding the median. So median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. So this is nothing but my formula. Now substituting the values, L is 125 plus n by 2. So n by 2 already I have found 34 minus CF. So CF is 22 divided by F. So it is 20 into height is 20. So this 20 gets cancelled. So this becomes 125 plus 34 minus 22 is 12. So this gives me 137. So this is nothing but my median. So median is 137. Next moving on, finding with the mean. So for the same data we are going to find out mean. So for that what I am going to get? Class intervals, frequency, after that mid values, next deviations. So after deviations you are going to find step deviation and finally Fi into Ui, right? Now writing down the class intervals. So what are the class intervals? 65 to 85, 85 to 105, 105 to 125, 125 to 145, 145 to 165, 165 to 185, 185 to 205, right? So writing down the frequencies 4, 5, 13, 20, 14, 8, 4. So already we know sigma fi is equal to 68 he has given. Now writing down the values of xi. So 65, 85. So 5 plus 5, 10. So 8 plus 6, 14, 150. So this gives me 75. What is the height? So height is 20, right? So this becomes 95. 95 plus 20, 115. Next 135, 155, 175, 195. Next after this di. So if I consider this particular 135 as a, then this corresponding value will be 0, and since the height is 20, this becomes minus 20, minus 40, minus 60. Similarly this is 20, 40, 60, right? Next moving on to ui. So ui means dividing with the 20. So this becomes minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now multiplying fi with fi with ui. So 4 into minus 3, it is giving me minus 12, followed by 5 2s are minus 10, 13 1s are minus 13, 0, 14 1s are 14, 8 2s are 16, 4 3s are 12. So minus 12 plus 12 goes. Next 16 plus 14 is 30 to minus 23. So this gives me 7. So sigma fi ui is equal to 7. So finally writing the formula for mean. So mean is equal to a plus summation of fi ui by summation of fi into h. So what is a here? So a is 135 plus summation of fi ui is 7 by 68 into 20. So in 4 table, so this goes 5 times in 4 table. So 4 1s are 4, 4 7s are 28. So this gives me 135 plus 7 5 is 35 by 17. So 35 by 17 means so nearly 2 point something you will get, right? So this gives me 137 point something. So this is also nearly equal to the value of median, right? So mean is 137 point. So if I calculate that one, so it is nearly equal to so point. So since when you divide with the so when you divide, so you are going to get 1. So by taking point decimal value you are going to get 10. So 10 is not useful, so that's why you need to consider 0. Next 5 times, so this gives me 137.05 units. So this is nothing but my mean value, right? So mean we have found. Next moving on to mode. So mode we can directly do it. So for mode how many columns are required? So for mode we need only 2 columns. So for mode we are going to have only 2 columns. So whatever the columns that are given, so based on that we are going to, in this question, so he has given all the 3. So why he has given all the 3 means, so for the same data you are going to understand that for the same data we can find out mean, median and mode, and at the same time, and you need to understand so what is the difference. So what is the difference between the mean, median and mode for the same data, and which is better measure of central tendency to find, right? So what are the frequencies? 4, 5, 13, 20, 14, 8 and 4. Now since 20 is the largest frequency, so this is nothing but my model class. So this is my f1, f0 and f2, and this is my L. Now directly height is 20, so h is equal to 20. Writing down the formula of mode. So mode is equal to L plus f1 minus f0 by 2 times of f1 minus f0 minus f2 into h. Now on substituting the value, L is 125 plus F1 is 20, F0 is 13, by 2 times of 20 is 40, minus 13 minus 14 into H is 20. Now on simplifying, so what we are going to get, 20 minus 13 is 7. So 13, 14 is 27. So this gives me 13, right, into 20. So this gives me 125 plus 720s, 140 divided by 13. So 140 divided by 13 means, so 13, 140. So 13 tens are 130. Next I am left with the 10. So if I take point, so decimal value, this becomes 100. So this becomes 10 point. So this goes nearly 8 times, right? So what I am going to get, so 125 plus 10.8. So this gives me, so not 8 times, 9 times nearly. So 39s, so 9 3 is 27. So 9 ones are 9. So 8 times here. So what I am going to get, 135.08. So the value is 135.08 here, right? So based on that we are going to get this value. So from this what we can conclude here, the median value is 137 and the mean value is 137.05, and finally the mode value is near about 135.8, not 08, so it is 135.8. So from this, so median and mean are nearly equal, whereas mode is nearer to 135 point something, right? So from this what have you understood? So these three values differ among themselves for the same data, right? Next, moving on to the second question. So if the median of 60 observations, so given below, is 28.5, find the values of x and y. So he has given the median. So median of given data is 28.5. So you need to find out the unknowns x and y. So this is one of the important questions, so mostly asked in examinations, right? So what he has given, class interval, and the second column is frequency. Now considering the values, so 0 to 10, 10 to 20, so clearly you can understand that this is exclusive class. So 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, right? So these are nothing but the values that are given. Next, writing down the frequencies: 5, x, 20, 15, y, and 5. Next, going to find out cumulative frequencies. So what is cumulative frequency here? 5. Next, it is 5 plus x. So most of the students do mistake here. So 5 plus x is not 5x, it is 5 plus x. So numbers cannot be added to the variables. Okay. Now next, cumulative frequency. So 5 plus x plus 20. So numbers can be added. Then this gives me 25 plus x. Next, 25 plus 15. It gives me 40 plus x. Next, cumulative frequency is 40 plus x plus y. Next, cumulative frequency is 45 plus x plus y, right? Next, how many observations are given? Since these observations are 60, that means n is equal to 60 he has given. Okay, so n is equal to 60. Now the question is, so how to find the value of n by 2? So n by 2 is 60 by 2, 30, but where will we get 30? So that is the question. So most of the students may think, so where I am going to get 30? So 25 plus x. So here I may get 30, because here it is 40 plus x, no? So here I may get 30, right? Or if x is greater than 25, then here itself I can get 30, right? So here no need of any confusion and thinking that much. So what he has given, median is given as 28.5. So 28.5 means, so already we said median class, right? So median lies within the median class. So the value of median always lies in the median class. So what is the median here? 28.5. So 28.5 means it lies in between 20 and 30. So clearly this is my median class. So this particular box, so what I am drawing, so this is nothing but my median class. So directly I am going to get the median class, right? So no need of bothering about anything. So directly this 28.5 means 20, 30, it lies in between 20 and 30. It is my median class. So directly writing down the values. So this is L and this is H. So H is equal to 10 and this is my F and this is my CF. Right. So I got all the values. Now moving on to the formula. So what is median formula? So median is equal to L plus N by 2 minus CF by F into H. Now already median is given as 28.5 is equal to, what is L here? So L is 20 plus N by 2. So here since N is 60, N by 2 is 30. So 30 minus CF. So what is CF here? So 5 plus X. So this is 5 plus X by F. So F is 20 into H is 10. Now this 10 in this 20, it cancels 2 times. Next, when I transpose this 20 to this side, this becomes 8.5 is equal to, what I am left with here? So 30 minus 5 minus X divided by 2, right? So when I cross multiply, this becomes 17. So 17 is equal to 30 minus 5 is 25 minus X. So when I transpose this X to the other side, so X is equal to 25 minus 17. So from this X is equal to 8. So the value of X, we got it as 8. So X is equal to 8. But how to find the value of Y? So that is the question, right? So already we have said that this value is nothing but equal to this value, right? So 60 is equal to, so in the previous also we have discussed, so whatever the value that we get in the last, so that is nothing but equal to this N value. So from this clearly what I can say, so 45 plus X plus Y is equal to 60. So instead of X, if I replace with 8, so 45 plus 8 is 53. So Y plus 53 is equal to, sorry, this is 60. So from this Y is equal to 7. So the value of Y is 7. So we got the value of X as well as value of Y. So these are the two unknown frequencies, so which we have found from this problem. Okay, so this is very, very important for your board examinations. Next, moving on to question number 3. So a life insurance agent found the following data about distribution of ages of 100 policy holders. Calculate the median age. So calculate the median age. Policy was given only to the persons having age 18 years onwards but less than 60 years. Right. Now here in the question, what he has given? So 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 40. So here the symbol less than is used. So less than 20, less than 25, less than 30, less than 35, less than 40, less than 45, less than 50, less than 55, less than 60. And if you observe, so whenever this less than symbol is used, if you observe these frequencies, so these frequencies are all in increasing order, right? All these frequencies are in increasing order, that is nothing but ascending order. So if they are in ascending order, that means you need to understand that cumulative frequencies are given in the question. Okay, he has given cumulative frequencies. That too, which type of cumulative frequency it is? So since it is increasing in the ascending order, that means he has given less than cumulative frequency or simply cumulative frequency, right? Now first of all, what we need to do is, so we need to write down the table. So age in years, and next by looking at the table, so he has given cumulative frequency. That means he has given the third column, and from the third column we need to obtain the second column. Now from this we need to generate the second column, that is nothing but the frequency column. So from this what you have understood? So from this question what we have understood? So whenever the frequency is in ascending order, that means we need to understand that cumulative frequencies are given, and that too we are having two types of cumulative frequencies. If less than symbol is used, so we need to call it as less than cumulative frequency, and whenever you are having greater than or equal to symbol, there you have to use greater than cumulative frequency. So generally less than cumulative frequency is nothing but called as cumulative frequency, right? So this is nothing but less than cumulative frequency or cumulative frequency. So from this you will understand. So less than 20, so less than 20 means so below 20. So if you observe the difference between these two values, the difference is 5. That means we need to maintain the class height as 5. That means so this can be written as 15 to 20, 20 to 25, 25 to 30. So the last class is less than 60. That means the last class interval is 55 to 60. So from this 30 to 35, 35 to 40, 40 to 45, 45 to 50, 50 to 55, 55 to 60. So these are nothing but the class intervals we are going to generate using this tabular form, right? So 15 to 20, 20 to 25. So how we have taken 5 interval means, so basing on this difference. Okay, next how to decide the first class interval means, so it is less than 20, no? So less than 20 means it should be lesser than 20. So less than 20 means, so with 5 difference the first class interval is 15 to 20. Likewise, how to decide the last one? So since it is less than 60, that means 55 to 60. Now writing down the cumulative frequencies. So what are the cumulative frequencies that are given? 2 followed by 6, next 24, next 45, 78, 89, 92, 98, 100. So clearly from this what you can say, n is equal to 100. Now from this we need to obtain the frequencies. So for the first one as it is, no? So for this 2, how much is added so that this becomes 6? That means simply what we need to do, subtract this from this. So 6 minus 2, 4. Next 24 minus 6 is 18. Next 45 minus 24 is 21. Next 8 minus 5, 3, 7 minus 4, 3. Next 9 minus 8, 1, 8 minus 7, 1. Next 89 minus 92 is 3. Next 92, 98, 6. Next 98, 100, 2. So these are nothing but the frequencies which we can obtain by subtracting each and every value with its preceding value. Now why we are calling it as less than cumulative frequency? So if you observe any cumulative frequency, it will be less than its next frequency. So 2 is less than 6, 6 is less than 24, 24 is less than 45. So that is the reason why we are calling it as less than cumulative frequency, right? So whenever you are considering less than cumulative frequency, so whenever you are having less than symbol, simply you are going to consider less than cumulative frequency. For greater than or equal to, so if this symbol is given, then we need to go in reverse order. So that means the cumulative frequency will be in reverse order. So it will be in descending order. So for that you are going to do it in the reverse way. Now first of all finding out what is the median class. So n is equal to 100. So n by 2 is equal to 50. So 50 means it lies in 45 to 78 range. So clearly it will be present in this range, right, in the 78 range, because it is till 45 only, but we need 50. So 50 lies in the column of 78. So this becomes F, this becomes L, this becomes CF. Now H is nothing but height, so which is 5, right? Now writing down the formula of median. So median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. So using this formula, so we are going to have the value L is nothing but 35 plus n by 2 is so 50 minus CF is 45 divided by F is 33 into 5. Now from this becomes 35 plus 50 minus 45 is 5 is a 25 by 33. So this becomes 35 plus 25 by 33 is nothing but 0.76. So on calculation you are going to get 0.76. so on adding we are going to have 35.76. so this is nothing but my answer. So since the units are years, so we are going to write years. So from this, what have you understood? So whenever such type of question is given, so first of all we need to split the given ages into class intervals, and after that we need to consider the less than cumulative frequency here, and from that less than cumulative frequency we need to write down the frequencies. So likewise we are going to solve the problem, right? Next, moving on to one more question. So if you observe here, so 118 to 126, 127 to 135, 136 to 144, 145 to 153, 154 to 162. So if you observe all these observations, so clearly, sorry, not observations, class intervals. So these class intervals are inclusive classes because there is no continuity. So it is ending with 126 and it is starting, then next class is starting from 127. So whenever you are having inclusive classes, first of all you need to convert it into exclusive class, right? So the same thing he has given in the as hint. Okay, so while writing itself, so write down the class intervals in exclusive classes, right? So what is the difference? So difference is 1. So this one I need to distribute to two parts, that is nothing but 0.5 and 0.5 I can give to each one. That means from the lower limit I need to subtract 0.5, to the upper limit I need to add 0.5. So from this becomes 117.5 to 126.5. Next 126.5 to 135.5. Next 135.5 to 144.5. Next 144.5 to 153.5. Next 153.5 to 162.5. Next 162.5 to 171.5. Next 171.5 to 180.5. So these all are nothing but the class interval values, right? Next, what he has given, frequency. So frequency is nothing but number of leaves. So number of leaves are 3, 5, 9, 12, 5, 4, 2. So some may think that 3 after 5, 5 after 9, 9 after 12. So these first 4 are in ascending order. So he might have given the cumulative frequency. So it is not true because after that it has decreased, right? So that means it is not cumulative frequency. Next we are going to write the cumulative frequency here. So cumulative frequency, so first one is 3, 3 plus 5, 8, 8 plus 9, 17, 17 plus 12, 29, 29 plus 5, 34, next 38, next 40. So sometimes in the question he will mention the value. So whatever the value that you are going to get, it is correct or not, we need to verify. So from this n is equal to 40, so n by 2 is equal to 20. Now finding out n by 2 value, so n by 2 is equal to 20. So 20 lies in, so here it is 17. So after 17 and 20, so in between 17 and 29 we are going to have this value, right? So that means clearly this is my median class. This is my median class. So since we have identified the median class, so this is F, this is L, this is CF, and what is the height of the class? So 0.5 can be cancelled. 126 minus 17 is 9. So h is equal to 9 we got. Now finally writing down the value. So what we need to find? Median. So median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into h. Now writing down the value. So 144.5 plus n by 2 is how much? 20 minus CF is 17 by F is 12 into 9. So from this what I am going to get? So 144.5 plus, so 20 minus 17 is 3, so 3 into 9 by 12. Next in 3 table 12 goes 4 times, so in 4 table it gives me, so 144.5 plus in 4 table 9, so 4 2s are 8, so I am left with 1, so I can't do with 1, so I am taking a decimal point. So from this 4 2s are again 8, next 20, so 5 times 20, so this gives me 2.25. Now when I add this, so this is 50 and 25, so this gives me 75.144 plus 2 is 146, so 146.75 is my answer. So this is nothing but the median of these leaves. Next moving on to one more question. So question number 5. So question number 5, so you need to find out the median of lifetime of a lamp. So for this what I can do? So if you observe clearly, so 1500 to 2000, 2000 to 2500, 2500 to 3000. So on writing down the values, what I am going to get? So lifetime in hours. Next number of lamps, number of neon lamps. Writing down the values of 1500 to 2000. Next 2000 to 2500, 2500 to 3000, 3000 to 3500, 3500 to 4000, 4000 to 4500, next 4500 to 5000. So these are nothing but the values that are given. Next number of lamps 14, 56, 60, 86, 74, 62 and 48. So these are nothing but the values that are given. Next finding out cumulative frequency. So 14, so 14 plus 56 is 70, 70 60, 130, so 130 plus 86, so 0 plus 8 plus 13 is 21. Next 6 plus 4 10, 7 plus 1 8 plus 1 9, so this is 290. Next this is 352, next 400. So clearly n is equal to 400. Now finding out the values. Now what is half of 400? So n by 2 is 200. So where 200 lies? So it belongs to this particular group. So clearly this is nothing but my median class, because 200 lies in between 130 and 216. So this is my F, this is my L, this is my CF, right? Now what about height? So height is nothing but 500. So clearly median is equal to L plus n by 2 minus CF by F into H. Now substituting the values, L is 3000 plus n by 2, so n by 2 is 200 minus CF, CF is 130 by 86 into 500. Now on simplification what I am going to get? So this is 3000 plus 200 minus 30, so 70 into 500 divided by 86. So this gives me 3000 plus, on simplification, so 70 into 500 by 86, so this gives me 406.98. So on directly adding, what I am going to get? 3406.98 hours. So this is nothing but on doing calculation we are going to get it, right? Next moving on to question number 6. So question number 6, So here you need to find out median, mean as well as mode, right? So you try to do it yourself and post the answers in the comment box. Next, moving on to question number 7. So question number 7, so here he is asking you to find out the median weight of the students, right? So this also you do it yourself. So try to do it yourself using the formula and post your comments in the comment box, right? So thank you for watching the video.